You supposed to be on the couch? Charlie, are you supposed to be on a couch? Are you supposed to be up there? I think you know the rules. Everybody let you break them. You supposed to be on a couch? Punk. Looks like we got a load of syrup showing up. I hear them unloading drums. Let's see what they got going on. Got the manual setup going here. Jody, what are you horsing them around for?
Just don't let go too soon.
Yeah, what are you horsing drums around for? Why don't you hop on that forklift? I'm gonna give Justin a hard time for not being chivalrous.
He is.
What are you doing making these ladies horse these drums around? You're sitting on a forklift.
I'm sitting on a forklift.
That's not very chivalrous, Justin.
No, it's not.
Are you really horsing these drums around?
There's a couple on there that you
I mean, I'm teasing them, but I can put that into overdrive if it's true. Lexi, is he chivalrous? Or is he, when you gotta tip them over, and when they fall over, does he make you tip them back up, Lexi? What are you doing, weighing one at a time? You weigh in one at a time? I got you. Didn't they weigh these already? We have all this data already, you know that, right?
We're spot checking.
Spot checking?
Yep.
They just want to make sure that Jody did it right. You don't even need a dolly in there, Jody. Just go grab it and tip it over and roll it down the hill. How many more you got in there? All right. Well, you know I'm not grabbing a drum dolly. It's like they're bottling today. Doing some gallon jugs. All right. I'm going to get on Dean. I think we need to paint this ceiling in this area to match the ceiling that's been painted in this area. See what I mean? Like, look at that difference. Lighting, color. I think we need to do something about it. This syrup smells good, Zach. What is it?
Mix of pretty much everybody we got. A&M, Aganeer, a little bit of Shaver Hill.
Little bit of Shaver Hill in there, Dean. I could almost smell it. You can always smell a little bit of that Shaver Hill syrup.
Makes some good Wisconsin.
Yeah, a little. Hey, if you're from New York, you'd say, why are you ruining our syrup? If you're from Wisconsin, you'd say, why are you ruining our syrup? And they're both right. All right, Dave, you're moving some drum of syrup here.
Yes, sir.
How the heck did you find out about us?
I guess it was probably through a buddy, and then I've seen some of your videos online and different things.
And you reached out through Facebook and said, hey, I got a drum.
Yep, that's it.
And my team normally would murder me. But I'm like, you know what, let's try this. I think I need to create more of a local, buy syrup locally. It's probably not going to end up being here.
Gotcha.
Imagine running a bottling line and me going, hey, stop. I need you to unload 4 drums out of a truck. Even though that's what they're going to do for me today. Right. But they know long term, I'm going to do this out at the farm. So I'll actually have like a scale and do all this, but they're going to help me get this started. You're the first guy I'm buying bulk syrup from. So
all right, well, thank you.
Here locally. I used to, but when you start buying semi-loads, it's so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming. So you're from Meadville. What's the name of your sugaring operation?
Maple Valley, probably.
Maple Valley. And tell me about your family business.
Yeah, so we have a grocery store in Meadville, and that's where I sell most of my maple syrup that I make. So I think we've had it about 45 years now. And
What's the grocery store called?
Valesky Supermarket.
What street?
Water Street.
Do you get a lot of people from the college there, Allegheny?
We get some, but there's a lot of people that come to the store that have just been like faithful customers for a long time, and then we all have a big Mennonite community around us.
And it's an independent grocer.
Yep, independent.
So it'd be kind of like in where I live, D'Onofrio's. It's similar to.
Yep. Right.
That's like in that Sharpsville Hermitage,
Yep,
and
right.
you know, if we're gonna go grocery stop, and you're gonna go to D'Onofrio's. So do you have a meat cutting?
We have a full meat counter.
I got you.
Cut all our meat.
So you're familiar with D'Onofrio. You independents kind of know each other.
Yeah.
Work
Yeah.
together. All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
This is Zach. Zach.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is Dave, and Dave his family has a grocery store in Meadville. Zach runs production.
Okay.
Puts up with me. So if you want, you can shut your truck off and just come in with us.
I'm fine right here.
Yeah. He's gonna take it down to the scale. We're gonna send you with your drum today.
Oh, okay.
That's easier, so you don't gotta make another trip.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going right down here. I have a protection on this. If you come towards the garage door, yeah, I've hit enough of them or other people. I don't want anyone hitting it. What's that?
I gotta grab my drum.
Drum. I got a sample too. Yeah. Got a sample bottle. I don't know what Zach's doing, but I just let him do it because it's usually right. Oh, he remembered he had a drum outside. Oh, he's pumping the yours. I know what he's doing now. All right, Dave. He's gonna pump your syrup into one of our drums,
Okay.
so you can take your drum.
Nice.
So, I told you, no matter what, he's probably doing the right thing. And you'll see like why we don't typically.
Yeah.
He's running production for Bissell Maple Farm, and he's
Right.
but he's doing it as a look at that. He's got it all set up. He's doing me and you a favor is what he's doing. So how did you take the sample? Did you pull this like middle of the drum, end of the drum?
In the last before I sealed the drum.
I got you. How many taps?
Before the end.
How many taps do you have?
Right now, about 1,200, something like that.
About 1,200?
Something right there.
You need more taps, buddy.
Oh, I do. I'm buying some.
You're buying syrup?
Yeah.
Do you have room to expand?
Some. I need a little more, though, that would be easily accessible. Some of it I got to fight for a little more to get back there.
Do you have the ability to expand on your own trees?
Yeah, just not a lot more room.
I got you. So
Couple
you need
hundred
like,
more, and I'm maxed out on what I have. So
how much are you able to make percentage-wise of what you use?
I mean, I'm using almost everything that I produce, and then I normally I'm
Partner with some other farmers.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Yep.
You'll get over that quick.
Yeah.
Everybody worries about it.
Yeah.
Nobody frickin' cares that it's not just your syrup in the bottle, but you. The sooner you get over that, the more successful your maple syrup company will be. Zach's doing the full gamut here.
Yeah. And everything's left. We have it for, we got checkers.
We even got the lab involved. Woo! We got the lab involved. You ever see how they grade?
No.
So Zach's gonna grade for color. This helps them with mixing. Yeah, little Bud Light maybe? Little Bud Light?
Yes, buddy. Don't taste too bad, though.
Taste it. End of season. Zach will use that no problem. It's got about 100 homes for that.
I do. I've heard it too.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bud in there. That's exactly. I was gonna make a grading kit for tasting syrup.
That's what I was saying.
This is what I would say, buddy. The one that Vermont makes is so bad. Like, it's like this concentrated. Like, this is probably more of what I would consider, buddy. I love doing this, man. I have the greatest job in the world. You want to see the cooler? So we actually blend bulk syrup in 4,500 gallon sap tanks.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't quite. You know, when we wouldn't fill it up all the way because I was afraid it would break.
Yeah.
Every time it would go bang, I'd pucker a little bit. I'm not lying. So then we would fill it up, and then we got pretty brave. And I will say, a Lapierre sap tank is strong enough to hold syrup.
Okay. It is.
It is definitely.
Like 3 inches from the top.
Yeah. So we name them.
How does it mix? Or
Oh, we actually use a 2-inch pump, and we actually circulate it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is a very expensive way to do. Air is not cheap.
Right.
So, like, I'll show you, like, syrup comes in. We bring a lot by tote now. And this room turns over a lot. So we have kind of warehouses around the Maple Belt that store for us. And then Zach, he basically goes shopping.
Yeah.
And he picks the stuff he wants based on production schedule. And
Okay.
we try to, like, make everybody happy by bringing it in. So they're not sitting on syrup all the time.
Right.
Could you imagine if I had to do this? Whew. I was planning on doing this. It might have been a longer trip for you. But it'll be nice for you to just be able to take your drum, you know? These babies can suck a drum out quick.
I'm using
Oh yeah, that's why you're going slow.
it'd be half empty by down grade.
Yeah.
Inch.
It's easier to wash these too. So if he were to open that up all the way, that's a 1-inch hose
Yeah.
with a 2-inch pump. This is really kind of a no-no,
Yeah.
but that's why he's only got it cracked. Because it takes about 40 seconds to drain a drum. Yeah, gone. 40 seconds. So if I could do this 100 times and just send over a full semi, like Zach would like that. But we had to get established with the full semi-load cadence.
Yeah.
And it's just so much easier for my team to deal with one company that deals with 50 farmers.
Right.
Could you imagine doing all the paperwork for 50 farmers?
Right.
So, like, technically, they're buying it from me.
Yep.
Like, I got like another company that's small, and I'm gonna buy it from you and then sell it to Zach.
Okay.
Even though he's doing all my work. This is a Tom Sawyer job, is what this is. Did you see that Andy has his smash down into a flat? He said it sucks the bottom off better.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got her?
That's crazy.
And now, like, for one drum, they gotta, like, clean all the equipment up. And
Right.
I think this helps me show people. Like, it's gonna help me show others, like. So I need to build a warehouse at the farm so I can buy syrup locally and then ship it in when they need it, if that makes sense. All right, we're actually, Trenton's been working on this for a while. We're gonna run all of the water in this facility through these RO buckets, membranes. Carl hooked us up. Actually, he traded me for a, well, I'll show you. I traded Carl for these so we can have water in our facility that is all RO water, permeate, and it's so you won't get the water marks. So if you get, when you're washing things down, when the water dries down, you get all the minerals. This is going to allow us to use, we're going to have the cleanest toilets in America is what that means. But pretty cool. So yeah, this is a semi-load. This is what a semi-load looks like. So they've already, like, each drum. We're working on a new ERP system that'll have a barcode, but it'll tell you the name of the farmer, you know, the color, any indication. Each drum's going to be unique, drum number. So it's got the drum numbers on there. And then the new system's going to have a scanner, so when they pull it out of inventory, it'll just be easier. But this is a semi-load. And then this all used to be like, I used to have a little store where I sold pieces and parts, and it's kind of the same thing. It was like, yeah, somebody needed a bucket, a couple buckets, some spiles, and Jess is trying to like handle $1 million customer. It's not really fair to them. So, but I love everything maple, so I thought, hey, I'll have, you know,
get yourself into
everything, right?
Right.
I mean, Bascom's and everything. Why can't I? Well, I'm starting to find out why. He did it over time, not all at once. And then like shipments, right? So we're getting like, we took a wall out so we had more room. So Justin, when like orders go out.
There's a lot coming in totes now, or it's still?
I do totes, like this will be converted. Like there's gonna be a lot of stainless drums for sale soon in the industry, because there's a lot of guys that just get those from us, fill them right off the evaporator.
Right.
And then move these. They're not ideal compared to stainless, but we actually can ship more weight in a semi-truck. We can ship an extra tote. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So there's some team members. This is the one dock we have, so everything comes in and off this dock. And then this is a month's worth of inventory of finished goods. So this will turn over every month.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Everything I owned when I bought this building fit in this room. The whole thing, everything I owned fit in this room and on the floor. And I would just have like piles of stuff and we go get it. But it's crazy how fast. I mean, it's taken, we've been here a decade.
Okay.
Almost 10 years we've been here. Because this award, we were here about a year. So 2016, it's 2025. We've been in this building 10 years. Which it feels like blink of an eye.
Yeah.
So a lot of finished goods come over here, like overflow, like our warehouse isn't quite big enough, but a lot of jugs, glass, and then we're putting in a jug line. So this will just be for plastic jugs, because heck, we can go in, I'll show you. This is kind of cool.
Curious what it looks like, Bill, all these guys.
Oh yeah, but this is like, this system here is going to be replacing what they're doing now.
Okay.
So we have, these Lapierre forehead fillers have earned their money. We'll swing around the other side magically. Little movie magic there. So, what's up, guys? So the way they're doing the system now is kind of interesting. This whole company runs on a hot water tank.
Okay.
It's kind of it got us to this point, but we know it won't get us to the next steps. But there's a water heater over there. There's a water heater, heats hot water. Over on the farthest, there's a jacket on the tank, so they'll preheat the syrup to about 170. And when they come in the morning, they'll filter off that. They'll actually pump it up overhead to these steam kettles to heat them up the rest of the way. And then when they heat them up, we're using little diaphragm pumps.
Yep.
And they just circulate through these Lapierre forehead fillers. Basically built my company with those little forehead fillers. We also have the glass line over here that we run, but you can see how they have to set this up and tear it down. You can't run two at the same time, so once the boiler's up and running, we'll be able to run the glass line and the jug line and fill totes and make sugar. Our capacity is really the limitation, but it's pretty amazing that we've gotten this far with 2 kettles and a hot water heater. So it's actually kind of cool. This is an induction sealer, so what happens is that cap has a foil seal on it, and it'll come across it. Actually, there's a white line. It starts from one side of the white line and moves to the other, and it'll actually seal. And 1 out of every 3 boxes, we have to pull a cap off, and we test it. Right? Is it 1 out of every 3 cases?
So I do 1 out of 3 out of every.
Have you ever gotten sprayed? That's not. And then what do? Go back and find the ones that didn't seal?
Right. So if this didn't seal, then I might go and check other ones real quick,
Right.
just to make sure it's not a fluke or a one-off. But we have found that, yeah, sometimes something's happened, it's got bugs and it doesn't seal, and then yeah, we have to stop, figure out what is not sealed,
And go back all the way. And that's what those are lock coated. It actually puts a time stamp on it, so she knows. I got a cap right here. Oh, I touched it. You see, they're picky. I'm like, I'm not even allowed to be in here. Here you go. Oh, trash, I guess. It's been Nate messed it up. I got it dirty. But I'll show you the lab, and yeah, we don't go in there without hairnets, and so, and I don't like doing it, so I don't go in. So they're doing gallon jugs today. We sell a lot of these to restaurants across the country and distributors that will sell this to other restaurants. If that does that make sense? Like they already have a team, so we sell a lot of gallon jugs. And I'll show you over here. These are going to be steam kettles. They're not operational yet, but Clayton Christie put a coils in there for me from MES. So these have MES steam coils, and then they're each 400 gallons, and then there's mixers. So we could start with cold syrup on these. Like in the morning, they could heat up. These will be able to get the temperature because we actually have. We're going to be able to get the hot water all the way up to 200, 210. So we'll be able to. Zach will have the ability to heat syrup with hot water, steam. It's kind of a flexible system. And then those are water jacketed as well. So there's going to be a water loop system that's used to hold syrup hot. And then these will be able to feed, like he can heat syrup up, keep those at temperature, and actually they'll be able to feed the bottling lines. Like one guy will be able to just feed all the bottling lines at once. So I'll show you the magical hot water heater. So the magical hot water heater got a boiler pump, and that's circulating hot water. This is how Zach's been running the business for like 3 years. Wow. And then behind you is the new investment, which is an actual boiler. They're going to commission this soon. They got to put Tide dish detergent in there, clean all the oil and stuff from the pipes, from the threading and stuff. They'll clean everything out, dump it, and then we have boiler chemistry that's food grade boiler chemistry that will actually go into the system. And then we'll be able to run steam. And then our new hot water heaters, these will replace the hot water heater, if that makes sense. Zach will be able to use a hot water jacketed tank, but he'll be able to actually get his temperature up to like 190 degrees, if that makes sense. Whatever he needs. This was a candy kettle that was used to make rock candy in Albany. And then a guy took it out of commission, and we picked it up off Facebook Marketplace, which is, they really like it. It does a good job. That mixer keeps the DE in suspension, so if anybody mixes DE into their syrup, they should always use a mixer to keep it in suspension. But yeah, I'll take you up, show you the lunchroom. Why not? Well, you know what? We're here by the cooler. Go into the cooler again. So we actually blend our syrup in sap tanks. Each one is named by a Great Lake. They're the largest bodies of maple syrup in Ohio. We've got Superior, Huron, Ontario, and Erie. No Lake, Michigan. And then this cooler turns over often, so we'll get shipments in like you saw. They'll bring it in. They'll probably start emptying these into the appropriate blends to make flavor consistent for our customers. Like some people want dark, some people want golden.
Yeah.
Some farmers make everything from golden to very dark, so you got to kind of segregate their stuff out.
Right.
Nice and cool in here, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
This is where you want to be in the summer.
Yeah.
So we'll head up to the lunchroom. There's always snacks up here. So there's usually some snacks here or there, but this is the lunchroom, break room. It looks like we missed it. Probably chili or something. And then there's future offices for Jess. Like I call this a future office suite. So I milled some lumber to kind of make walls, but there'll be a restroom here, little waiting area. And then one of my favorite paintings. A couple farmers talking over a sap tank. So I always thought that it was a cool picture. I had a guy turn it into a painting for me in 2020.
I never really realized you had this whole facility here.
Is it what you thought it would be?
No, like I didn't expect something quite so big, and
It's a little, it's hard to see it. The camera doesn't do it justice, does it?
no. Yeah, you're quite operating.
Like we're on the second floor, no one even knows there's a second floor. Another set of stairs down here. So Dave stopped by and I'm like, you know what? This would do a tour. Haven't done one of these in a while. Get you guys updated. But we're gonna get him squared up and get him on his way. So Dave's asking a good question, like, are we into sugar, candy? We're into sugar on large volume. It's not worth doing in small volumes, and I'll show you why. The cost of all this equipment is ridiculous. SQF is an expensive, quality program. We got surge bins, case, fillers. There's a, metal detector, augers. This is to grind down lumps. Like all the investment in this.
Yeah.
It is way better just to pay somebody who does it to do it for you. Because you won't have like the investment in the equipment that sits there.
Right. Yep.
And the real key is if you don't do it all the time, you're not any good at it.
Yeah.
So
it takes time to figure it out.
I would have like Shaver Hill make candy for me. Who else? There's several people that are good at it, but I wouldn't do it myself. And I think it's bondage for the maple farmers to buy molds, candy machines. Like, just partner with somebody who's good at it. Like, why take up all the shelf space to make maple cream when you can just call Lyle Murley and have him make it for you? It'll be better, and probably do it cheaper for you because he pays less for the jar. He's faster. He's not going to mess up. Like, it's just better to pay somebody to do what they're good at. That's why people pay us to make bourbon barrel aged maple syrup, because they're really good at it. It's inefficient to do the things you're not good at. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yep.
So yeah, we've got 3 of these bulk tanks for sale, even a scale to set them on. And so if somebody had a big enough maple farm, they were drawing off syrup and wanted to keep it hot, we actually ran not refrigerant, but glycol through the loops to keep it cold. You could run hot water or condensate through that to keep your syrup hot if you wanted to, and the mixers would keep it mixed. Like, that's how I would batch syrup off an evaporator. This is what Carl traded me for the membrane system. That's a drop maker, so I gotta get that over to Carl Nyland at the RO bucket. So I thought it was a good deal.
Yep.
Part of the tour is, since this was a General Electric plant, 1960 is when Ronald Reagan visited this facility, so I always like to show people that. So Zach did my job for me. He's got the total weight. Randy's going to do the other part of my job for me and write the check. Brandy is writing the check. What do we owe him?
$657.
There you go. Cool.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was videoing you.
Wait. $657.
You went to school in Meadville.
Did you go to Meadville?
I did not go to Meadville, but I grew up in Meadville.
I went to Meadville High School.
Oh, okay, cool.
Their family has a grocery store over there.
Oh yeah, Valesky's.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
Where all the good meat deals are at.
Good meat deals. What are you doing?
It's like a little receipt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
He gets a receipt. How about that?
a homemade one.
Huh. See, they have a process I didn't even know.
Right. There you go.
All right.
And then
thank
you gotta shake hands so it'll look good.
Thanks.
It's like buying a car.
Heck yeah, this is cool.
Just doesn't take as long.
I think they got your drum loaded up.
Yeah, cool. Thank you
Head
for
out.
everything. Thanks for the tour.
Heck yeah, man.
Really cool to see the place.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for reaching out and
That's cool. Thank you for helping me out because.
yeah. Where else you gonna take it?
Yep. Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of that, and I'm gonna figure something out.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yep.
It helps out a lot of the smaller guys.
Let everybody know.
What to do.
They'll be like, nah. I'll be like, yeah, I went over there and I dropped it off.
Yep.
No way. Yeah. So thanks, man.
Awesome. Thanks. Good
Yep.
to meet you.
You too. So that's how the maple industry works. There's bulk markets for producers that have syrup that doesn't fit their customer needs. There's bulk markets for farmers who they make a lot and they're in too rural of an area to sell it all themselves. Ohio is unique in that we got 12 million people and pretty much everybody that makes syrup has their own markets. We package more maple syrup than the state of Ohio makes. So you can't get every farmer in Ohio to sell your syrup. So we actually need the farmers to make our business go. Quite frankly, so do they. I'm surprised you didn't have Jody just take these one by one up the hill here.
With the barrel cart.
Yeah.